Hello, everyone. And a very happy Monday to you all. I want to just check and make sure our tech is working before we begin here. We have a super fun class today all about the photosensitivity of essential oils, just to make sure that we are using them safely. I know it is about to be summer here, and it's already felt like summer in many parts of the world where you might be. And so I like to do this class around this time of year to give you some tips and tricks, whether you are new to the oil space or you've been around for a long time. It's just a good idea to kind of have a refresher course in some of these things that are really important for us to know about essential oil safety. So we'll just kick it right off. We'll start off with the question, what is photosensitivity? So when something is photosensitive, this just means that UV radiation can come down and mix with a substance or compound and cause either physical or chemical changes. So lots of different things can be photosensitive, right? Our essential oils can be photosensitive. We can have different fabrics that are photosensitive. Our skin is photosensitive. When we use a compound like an essential oil, and we are using it in a way that is not super safe or not really mindful of the sun, we can experience potentially some issues like some sensitivities on the skin. It might feel like it's burning. There might be some redness. It just would be really uncomfortable. So we'd like to have this conversation with you so that you know how to use these particular essential oils safely in the sun. You can still get all those amazing benefits from them without any harmful effects on your body. So when we talk about photosensitivity, we're really talking about the citrus oils. And that's because citrus essential oils contain something called furanocouramines. I'm probably not saying that correctly, but that's the name of the compound. And those particular compounds actually bond to our DNA. And so what happens is it actually prevents the skin from protecting you from the sun's rays. Okay, so if you were to apply some bergamot, for example, and I were just to apply it all over my arms, and then I were to go and lay in a tanning booth where we're going to have a lot of radiation coming in, the furanocouramines have literally prevented my skin from doing what it typically does in protecting me from the sun. And so I might experience some adverse side effects of that, maybe some redness, maybe I'm going to feel like I have a sunburn. I've even seen some things at least once a year. I get someone who sends me a message or a link to an article that came out and took the internet by storm a few years ago of a woman who had really, really awful like burns and boils on her chest. We later discovered that she also was using a synthetic essential oil, which of course that complicates things a little bit more. So it's hard to know how much of it was from the essential oil directly and how much was in addition to all those extra chemicals and synthetics. And she had put it on her chest moments before stepping into a tanning bed. And she was in there for several minutes. So it was really, really, she was getting a lot of those direct UV radiation. So we want to make sure we're avoiding that for sure. The best thing you can do is just to read your labels. And honestly, we should be getting into a habit of this anyway, because doTERRA has been so wonderful. They've actually taken the guesswork out of things for us, and they have put things on our labels that are so important. So you probably already know that if you can see maybe it'll focus. If you see the supplement fact on the back of your essential oil bottle, that means it's safe for us to take it internally. If you don't see the supplement fact there, we're not going to be taking this essential oil internally. Not that it would hurt us, right? But just that we want to be really mindful that's not what that oil is designed to do. With that as well, when you have an oil that is UV sensitive, it will tell you right on the label, avoid sunlight or UV rays for up to 12 hours after applying product. I don't know if you can see that, probably not. But anyway, it says it right there on that label versus when I look at a bottle of Petitgrain, for example, I have all the same supplement facts, the same label, but it doesn't mention anything here about UV radiation. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're reading our labels. That's the easiest way for you to know which essential oil is safe for me to use in the sun and which is not. They do recommend that you wait 12 hours before going into the sunlight if you're going to be using an essential oil. So if you wanted to use something like tangerine or On Guard is a blend of essential oils, some of them being photosensitive. So that oil blend is photosensitive as well. If you wanted to be using that oil, that's something you could apply to the soles of the feet at night before you go to bed. So wake up in the morning, you've gotten the benefit of those essential oils and you didn't have to worry about the sun. Or if you know you're going to be going to the zoo or something with your kiddos, you can put all the On Guard you want on the soles of their feet, up and down their spine, as long as the skin is not exposed. So what we're trying to do is avoid direct sunlight onto our skin where those essential oils are located. If you wanted to use something like bergamot or wild orange or grapefruit throughout the day, but you're worried about some photosensitivity, you could add it to your hair and be like a walking diffuser. You could do it. I like to kind of place them on the bra line, so they're on my chest, but they're kind of tucked away and hidden, and that's, no one's going to be seeing that. That's not going to be in the sunshine, right? On the soles of your feet, up and down your spine, if you have clothes on. If you're going to be at the pool or the beach, I honestly would just avoid using citrus essential oils or any photosensitive oils until you get home, just to be on the safe side, especially if you have kids. Now, along with checking our labels, you want to make sure you're also checking the labels. And so like I mentioned, On Guard has some photosensitivity issues. Holiday Joy is another one because it does have oils in there that are photosensitive. The Brave blend, which is in the kids line. So even though it's heavily diluted, this is still going to be an oil that you want to use caution when you are going into the sun. So just read your labels to be on the safe side. I will post a list after this class of the complete rundown of all of the photosensitive essential oils doTERRA has. It's also in the unit section here in our Facebook group under Getting Started. There's a couple different videos and things you can go through as if you were a brand new essential oiler, which many of you might be. And you can see a whole complete list right there in that unit section in our private Facebook group of all of the different essential oils that are photosensitive. So if you wanted to put that on your phone or print it out somewhere so you had it for easy access, that would be another option as well. I have had a few people ask me about the Citrus Bloom products. As you know, this is a new product line for us with the Citrus Bloom blend, and Citrus Bloom, of course, having citrus in it. So I've had a couple people ask, can I use a Citrus Bloom lotion and go into the sun? I think here's where we need to kind of remember that there is bio-individuality. So every body is different, right? So I might be able to apply some Citrus Bloom lotion because it's heavily diluted to my skin and go in the sunshine. But someone else might be fairer skinned or be more prone to hyperpigmentation, things like that, and they're not going to be able to do that as successfully. So to be on the safe side, I would say no. If you know you're going to be out in the sunshine, I would stay away from your Citrus Bloom body wash, deodorant, or lotion until you get home and you know that you're going to be in the sunshine. But again, if you know you're going to be wearing a shirt or pants or whatever, and having Citrus Bloom lotion on somewhere where your shirt's going to be covering it shouldn't be an issue. Hat, all the things that we do to protect ourselves from the sun. So that's just kind of my little 2 cents on that. If you do apply an essential oil to the skin that is photosensitive and you forget, you go out in the sun, like you forget, you put it on and you go out to the garden or something for a few hours and you come back and you're experiencing some redness or some pigmentation, what you're going to do is get a carrier oil. We talked about carrier oils on last week during our Friday conversation, and you can also find a complete class on different carrier oils here in this Facebook group. So you're going to grab a carrier oil and you're going to grab your soothing floral oils. So it's going to be like your lavender, your Roman chamomile, maybe some tea tree. Okay. And you're going to treat that as if it was a sunburn or a burn that you got from like touching the stove or something that was too hot. Okay. So go straight into your oils. You have tools. This isn't meant to scare you, but rather to make you feel empowered so you know exactly which essential oils to use and how to do it safely. And then know that if you do have an oopsie, which we all do from time to time, there is a way for you to work with your body, right? Aloe vera is another really great substance that you can use. I don't recommend purchasing aloe vera in like a gel form unless you're really, really mindful and you're reading the labels, because a lot of them have synthetics in it and chemicals which can actually trigger it and make it worse. But you could get an aloe vera plant or buy some pure aloe vera from the health food store, Amazon, things like that, to help soothe the skin if you do have any kind of sensitivity that comes up from using an essential oil in the sun that is photosensitive. The other question I get asked a lot is, well, do I make my own sunscreen? So can you make your own sunscreen? 100%. Is it a pain? Yes. So if you are DIY queen or king and you enjoy making your sunscreen, by all means, go at it, post a picture and your recipe when you're done. We'd love to see it. Sunscreen, the couple recipes that I have tried, they're not shelf stable. So they'll only last for a certain amount of time. So you're going to look at like making sunscreen and have it only lasting for a few weeks, which to me, honestly, just isn't worth it. You also need to keep it in the refrigerator because of the ingredients that are in there, like zinc oxide and things like this. However, if that is your jam, by all means, have at it. If not, I highly recommend you go to the EWG, that's environmentalworkinggroup.org, and you can type in any sunscreen product out there and it'll give you a list of what is considered like clean and what is considered not so clean. I've done lots of research. Personally, my favorite sunscreen and the one that we use in our home is by Beauty Counter. If you are interested in learning more about the Beauty Counter family line of products, they have makeup, they have skincare, they have a couple things. super, super clean. We do have one of our amazing essential oilers here in this group who is a consultant with Beauty Counter, and she'd be more than happy to help you get some in your life if you need it. I bought this 2 years ago, and we still have like a third of a thing left. It lasts forever. Also, you know, we're just a family of 2, so we're not quite out in the sun as often as we might be if we had kiddos at the pool or something like that. But it does have zinc oxide in it, 19%, which is great, and it's super clean and safe for babies, kids, and adults alike, which I really, really appreciate. Okay, finally, I have a fun little fact for you, and we posted a quick little challenge right before we hopped in to do this class. Which citrus essential oil is not photosensitive? And this one might surprise you. So the answer to that is actually green mandarin. And before you yell at me, yes, I know that on the green mandarin label, it still says use caution because it could be UV sensitive. And that's because it is a citrus oil. So there is always a chance, right, that we might have some photosensitivity. What I find really fascinating is the way that green mandarin is distilled. So green mandarin is taken before the fruit is ripe. It's taken when a mandarin, orange, is still green, right? Literally green mandarin. And we distill the essential oil that green fruit from the unripened fruit. So there are no furanocouramins found in the green mandarin essential oil. That being said, if there's no furanocouramins, they cannot bond to the DNA. They can't prevent your skin from protecting itself from the sun. So fun fact, but of course it definitely still does have the label, just to kind of remind you to use extra caution if you want to. But I have green mandarin in my water all the time, and I've not noticed any changes or any differences. And I've been out in the sun a lot the last couple of days. So just remember to stay in tune with your body. Remember, bioindividuality is a thing. I have had some people in the past say that if they drink a big, huge thing of water full of lemon or grapefruit or something like that, clementine, and they go lay out in the sun, do they feel like they burn easier? I have not had that experience, but that doesn't mean that you won't. So just exercise a little bit of caution. Stay in tune with your body, be aware. And if you have any questions at all, anytime, please reach out to me. I would love to help you kind of find ways that you could still use a lot of these beautiful citrus essential oils this summer without harming your skin, because we definitely need them, right? We need all of their cleansing properties and their immune boosting properties and their mood lifting properties. We definitely want to be using our citrus essential oils. We're just going to be shifting up a little bit for these summer months. All right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging with me today. I am so excited to see you on Wednesday evening. I'll be teaching the So I Have My Oils Now What class, which is super fun. And it's great if you're new to essential oils or if you've been hanging around a while. We'll kind of talk about like what the next steps are. So I have essential oils into my life, and now what the heck do I even do with them? And honestly, even as someone who's been using essential oils for 6 years, I still need this class again and again, which is why I teach it all the time, because I know I need to hear the information over and over, and I'm sure you do as well. So that is coming up on Wednesday. And then of course, we'll have another Q&A this Friday afternoon. So stay tuned for that post, because we'll have lots of fun things to chat about together. All right, I'll see you all very soon. Have a wonderful Monday. Bye-bye.